everybody, excited utterance here. I'm hella mad, and I'm getting hella mad at some of the regulars who are hella impatient. Dear me, what is going on? Why did she cancel? Did Dolly bully her into it? Maybe she had the wrong date. Later than Nick with the 5K gift. Late and cancelled. My God, dear me. Jeez. Oh, Lordy. Lordy. Seriously. Enough whining. Whiny. You're a bunch of old grannies. You're a bunch of old grannies and you're all part of the granny network. You're all whinging amongst yourselves over there. I'm hella mad at that intro song for existing. Look, some people like it, okay? I don't know. I might update it sometime soon. It's just that I've outdone myself with so many, like, really amazing intro songs for, like, the Sarah Boone trial and then for the Melody Farris trial. I don't know what to do with my regular one. What am I going to do? Hey everyone! Okay, so hey Justin Smith, I will say hello to you. Judge Jessica in the house. Mavka. Pocket is here. Hi! Uh, yeah, okay. Dali, yes, you were first. Hello. Who else we got? Kilo! Is this a comedy bit, Mavka? Yeah, that's his comedy bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets funnier every time. Ma in the house, and look, Angie's here. Hello, Poppet. Hello. CT girl is here too. Half Irish. I feel like an old granny today. Oh, I know the feeling. I have those days. Use Melody song as your intro. It was you, Scott. You, and now I know why. Maybe just the bit about hella mad. I am hella mad and burning with rage, Scott. Maybe that. Two ears, one mouth is listening while working. Well, that's a good thing to do when you've got two ears and one mouth. Okay, so, right. What we're doing today is we're having a look at some crime scene photos that have finally been given to us, the poor public who never get to see anything, just because Nick McClellan decided that he'd like to show them because he's responding to the defense's motion to correct errors. Because he gets to do that. Because he's the prosecutor. Why not? Hello, Zach. I told Skintella she drew her eyebrows on too high. She seems surprised. I do have to kind of draw them on these days. Yeah. Okay, so aside from anything else about these photos, look, I think the worst thing about these photos is that we are only seeing them now and we don't get to see anything else. What is going on with the doctor case? What is going on, people? How long does it take and how many requests does it take for them to unseal the evidence? Like, it's supposed to be unsealed by now. That's a whole different question. But we do have some exhibits. We have exhibit 9, 10, and 11, which are photographic exhibits, and they are pictures of Libby's phone out there in the wilderness. So why do we have those exhibits? Well, let's have just a quick look. And oops, I will stop that screen and share another screen very quickly. Share. The reason we have these exhibits is this. So, if you recall, there was some testimony about the headphone jack in the phone, and the defense came along and tried to correct an error about the testimony regarding the headphone jack. So let's have a look at what the state has come back with in regard to that. So let's just see. That Stacey Eldridge testified at trial for the defense that she did not submit any report, log, or any other information that supported her position that the log accurately supports that the headphones were plugged into and later unplugged from the auxiliary jack. So what that means is the little hole that you used to get in iPhones, which you don't anymore, they got rid of them, at the bottom of your iPhone. So there used to be here at the bottom of your iPhone, there used to be a plug for one of these, which there's not anymore. Now you have to have a Bluetooth connection. D, that this opinion was only supported by her testimony at trial. E, that prior to her testimony, Stacey Eldridge had only done one other forensic phone analysis and only testified one time prior about forensic phone analysis. F, that Stacey Eldridge only gained the education to be able to testify to forensic phone analysis as recently as 2023, that the bulk of her expertise is in computer and network forensics, not cell phone forensics, so that they're trying to rebut her qualifications. G, that the state called Sergeant Christopher Cecil, that's a bit of a nerdy name, on rebuttal to testify about headphones in the auxiliary jack of the phone. And here we get to these exhibits. That Sergeant Cecil was able to observe photos of the phone when it was found, here and attached as States Exhibit 9, 10, and 11. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. That Sergeant Cecil did testify that one plausible explanation for the log entry is that there was dirt or water in the jack that caused a malfunction. Okay, because what we have thought and what the defense has said is that no, what might have happened was that some headphones were plugged into that jack, because that's what usually causes that thing to happen in the log. So someone tampered with that phone at that point. Not natural elements. Someone actually put some headphones into the auxiliary jack. Right? Okay. So this is in part based on condition that the phone was found in, how long it was outside before it was found, and his knowledge and experience as a forensic phone examiner. Saying, no. This is also based on the facts found through the investigation, including that the phone did not move after 2:32 p.m. February 13, 2017. So they're saying it didn't move. It stayed exactly where it was. So no. And that there were no headphones found with the bodies, that is unlikely that someone returned to the crime scene after 2:32 p.m., removed the phone from underneath the body of Abby. So it was supposed to be underneath her body. Remember that too. That's important. Plugged headphones into the phone and then kept these headphones in for 5 hours, unplugged them, and then put the phone back underneath her body, all while not moving the phone. Yeah. So Nick's facts. Yeah. Nick's facts. The more you know, people. The more you know. They took no photos at their little lab showing them doing their physical exam of the phone. No, they didn't. They didn't have to do that because they're way smarter than us and anybody else, including Ms. Eldridge. Yes, they are. Google search testimony, you pathetic nutsack McClelland. I love you, Chilo. Okay. Yes, the Rockaways is here. Kathy Shank, the shark. Shark, you'll eat your lunch. Fatally bit a scuba diver. Fatally bit a scuba diver off the coast of Key West, Florida today. Oh, sorry, that's not good news. Witnesses estimated her length at 12 feet, but she's only small. Oh dear. That's classic Rockaways. Hey, 20th century folks. Hello, you look hella pretty. Thank you for being hella patient, hella funny, hella smart. Oh, welcome to the Hellaverse, you hellion. This talk was her lunch. Wutong Shank ain't nothing to lunch with. I'll throw hands at you. All right. Hang on, I have to stop the screen and I need to present. Do 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 do. Ba ba ba. There. Okay, so let's have a little bit of a look at an iPhone 6. Um, and I think in the previous stream I went into Photoshop and I said it was an iPhone 5. I read somewhere and heard somewhere that it was an iPhone 5. It makes no difference to my previous stream because we were talking about a Snapchat photo. And as I said in my previous stream, Snapchat photos don't use the entirety of the camera's ability to take a photo. So regardless of whether the camera had the capability to shoot a 5 megapixel photo or a 2 megapixel photo or anything in between, Snapchat doesn't use the full capability of that camera. So it takes a screenshot of what it sees in the lens, takes a low resolution photo anyway. So that was irrelevant regardless, but this is relevant. So what we have here is a photo of an iPhone 6 or a diagram of it, and we can see that the headphone jack lives down here. Can you see where my mouse is? Headphone jack down there. Okay. And if we were to, I'll just get some red or something like that up. And if we were to draw there we go. Okay, so there it is. So if we're looking down from above, boop, 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 if we're looking down from above, which we're going to be doing, in fact, it's kind of similar angle as we're going to be doing in the exhibits. This part here, I don't know if it's a coinky dink or not, but it's kind of covered by leaves, so you can't really see whether or not it has water on it. So that's that. Then you've got your SIM tray and other little things that there, all this stuff here is not really exposed. Let's have a look. Let's look at exhibit 9. Yeah, so there's exhibit 9, and you can see the headphone jack would have been, oops, it would have been there. So I'll zoom in. Yeah, it would have been like there, wouldn't it? Yep. What is that red thing? I drew the red thing. So if we go there, see? That was where I was drawing a little headphone jack there. Right. So let's go back. Okay, so you're right, Jessica, it's fine. Okay, so this is exhibit 9, and we can see Libby's phone there in a purple case. I wouldn't mind knowing more about this purple case, but here's the thing. Good luck finding or knowing what exactly this purple case was, how resilient it was to the weather. We'd be kind of guessing. But here's the important thing about this photo, or what the state's trying to prove with this photo, and that is that there is water, condensation, dew, whatever you'd like to call it, on that phone. Let's have a look at how much of that there is. Okay, so what I want to point out now is if we look at the difference between this part of the phone and the darker part through here, I'm going to make it a little bit more obvious how much moisture is probably on it. So watch me as I do this. So I'm going to duplicate this layer here. And I'm going to go adjustments, shadows and highlights. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking the dark areas and I am separating out the darkest areas from the almost dark areas. So the very, very dark blacks from the slightly, so like the 90% or so darkest blacks, right? And that is these sort of 80% shadows through here, right? So I'm just going to go like so. And you can see them brightening up. See that? Right. Okay, so what interested me about that was now you can see, hey Steve, now you can see that we have whatever it is that is on here, and I'm not going to assume what it is. I'm not going to assume whether it's rain or whether it's some sort of solution or whether it's dew. I'm not going to make any assumption, right? All I'm saying is that whatever it is goes all the way down to there. All right, and it seems to be pretty consistently going all the way down to where those leaves are. Okay, so I don't really see anything too sus about that. Um, it doesn't appear to be a rose gold iPhone 6. Okay. Do you think it depends on the case, DB? Like how much the case covers up? Um, is that all dew or is it dried? I don't think it's dried. So see these spots here, they're chunkier spots, and then you've got parts of it that are more slick. Yeah, try dew. It's dew, but how? So that's a different question, right? So I don't know how it got there. All I know is it's there. Yeah. Um, now, either Ange or DB, if any of you guys want to pop on here and ask questions, you're more than welcome. I'll send you a link. I'm watching the beginning of the stream. Dateline filed a document to have 4 exhibits released. Oh, mate. There's been lots of documents filed to have many exhibits released. But yeah, it doesn't mean there's going to be exhibits released. We'll see though. Good luck. Good luck to them. Hey, Sarita, how are you? Hella, please respond to what? Please respond, Mavka. Wait, your condensation due and say, we call, yeah? It depends what it is though, right? So if it's dew, DEW, condensation in the morning on things outside, yes, we call it dew. 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 You wish you could come on? Yeah. Yes, I do say dew and dew the exact same way. Yes, I do. Yeah. Hey, Sasha, how are you? Okay, so I don't know. I don't know how it got there. All I know is that it's there, right? And it goes all the way down to the bottom of the foam. Now, if you also have a look through here, there's dirt and garbage through there. And look, I find it a little odd that well, lucky maybe. That just so happens that the headphone jack area is completely covered up. We can't see what's going on there. Hey, bit of a shame, but and it was supposed to be underneath her body or her shoe, right? Her shoe. So for me, I'm like, well, the 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 dew or the condensation on there is, it's like, when did it form? Like, because it's formed really quite perfectly and naturally, right? It's formed, it doesn't look like it's been just like added or anything. It looked like it was actually there the entire time. So if it was under her foot, surely there would have been some sort of imprint or something like that. So upside down shoe, you believe, Jessica? Yeah. So to me, it looks like it was just sitting there out in the elements for a while to get that kind of, like, to not have any sort of pressure or anything like that put on it, right? How did leaves get on it if she intentionally hid it under her body? I don't know. I don't know. Looks like there's a lot of leaves out there. So I would think it'd be kind of hard to keep leaves off it. But it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Judge Jessica, a lot of people have been asking whether or not this has been taken during the day or night with a flash. I need to now look at the original. Okay. And not just this one, but the other ones as well. So we're looking at Exhibit 9 right now. Let's then look at also Exhibit 10. And this one seems to have been turned on its side. So I'm going to rotate it. Um, okay, so that looks like natural light to me coming in that way. From that angle over there, right? But it also looks like there's a lot of foliage cover or cloud cover, right? So it looks like light coming in, but also being obstructed. What do you guys think? I don't know whether it would be either early morning or late afternoon, like not middle of the day, but the shadows are like the light is definitely being obstructed. So it's not like straight down light, like middle of the daylight. You think it's because they use a flash and cast shadows on the leaves to the surface underneath it? I There's definitely a flash going on, but I also see the directionality of the light. That looks like ambient light coming in over there. So I don't think it was dark. I don't think it was dark. But it'd be so nice to have the metadata, wouldn't it? Some things you're just never going to know unless they tell you and you believe them. But yeah. Did they spray anything on the crime scene before this pic? Well, good question. Um, I mean, we can't know for sure. Let me do it. Also, let me do that experiment that I just did on this one as well. And luckily for me, I have my settings already saved. Image adjustment, shadow highlights, and load midtone shadow clip. Okay, cool. That line. Hmm. Hmm. It's interesting. See that line there? Yeah. Yes. I'm not sure what that is. Could just be an image glitch. Let me just turn off that one. Hey, okay, it's there. You can see it. It goes all the way through. See that pixel there? That line of pixels right there? Hmm. Okay, so okay, I'm not going to get too stressed about it. I think it's something to be aware of, but the fact that it goes the whole distance across, and I think there's actually another one. Let's turn that on. Okay, so there's one line of pixels here that seems to be a bit glitched. And there's another one that's less glitched, but it goes further as well. Okay, so the fact that it goes the whole way, like it's not just contained to the phone, but it goes all the way across there, that tells me that it could just be a glitch when it got processed. If it had been confined to one area, that would have been an editing issue. But it's just something to keep in mind. Hmm. Uh, yeah, I mean, we've only just gotten these pixel in, so it's a been trying to tell people to look at pixels and the edges between them for ages, but haven't looked closely at these pics yet. Yeah. Um, yeah. So it's something to keep in mind. Is just that just because it looks like there's something fishy in there, it doesn't necessarily mean there is. Um, some of the telltale signs to look for are, yes, things like this, like a line of pixels that's off. But just because there is a line of pixels that off, that doesn't mean necessarily that it's been altered. A way to check would be to see, yeah, is there a line of pixels that's off, and it's off the whole way across the image, right? Um, and if it is, and you can see this one, it's continuing, right? And that's a standard. There it goes. It keeps continuing there too. That's a that's just like the glitches that you see on TVs and things. When say a pixel is lost on a TV, or like how I was talking the other day about all images being made up of R, G, and B channels, and maybe one of those three channels has an error on it. So yeah, where is the glitch? There it is there. Okay, so it's on all three. Yeah, it can sometimes be confined to one channel. But anyway, it's just something to keep in mind. Now, let's look at image number 3. Not that one. So this one. This one's further back, so you can see more of what's going on. I'm just going to rotate it. Adjustments. I forgot what I was doing. Okay. Why are the leaves grey? In this part of the world they are, aren't they? I don't know. You guys tell me. I'm not familiar with the area. They look ashy. I thought so too. I thought it looked like something would be burnt there. But I wasn't going to make comment on that because like I know like in the photos of the place it looked like everything in the background looked really grey. So I was like, I don't know what the landscape's like there. It just all of the, especially like through here, look how black it kind of looks. I thought it was, yeah, it looked like there'd been some sort of fire pit or something happening. But okay, there's no one said anything about that, so I was like, all right, fine. Your question is, where is the shoe? Yeah, but look, need some Z's. This is separate to these images. I want to know how the condensation, like the water on top of it, is so perfectly formed. If it was underneath something like a shoe, a body, like how did that all occur? Because usually like condensation like that, it occurs during the change of temperature from nighttime to daytime, right? So in the morning, yeah. And when did they find the girls? Not till during the day, right? So yeah, good question, DB. Did they take a humidity reading of the air? Yeah, so I want to know how it got like that. I want to know how it got like that. So who wants to DM me? What do you want to DM me? Hey Rachel, how are you? Just a minute. You thought it was perhaps some sort of photography issue? What's Charlotte want to? Nick was doing a line of They found more than one. Now that I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I want to see. I want to see the other one they found. Hey Laura, how are you? How are you? Okay. What's an empty phone case? You must have really small feet, half Irish. Your phone would not fit in your shoe. Really? Really? Okay. So from this angle here, can we see? No. Damn it. Damn it. Hey, Sleepy. How are you? Is there anything you want me to try, Sleepy, whilst you're here? Because we're just saying, like, it looks like the droplets appear to be quite real, but how do they end up so perfectly formed if they were under Abby's body or under her shoe. How does that work? Right? How does that work? We don't get that. So let's do the same experiment with this one. Let's bring up the shadows on this. Okay, so again, they seem to taper down to here. Again, we've got this dirt through here. We can see a little bit more of the case through here. But I mean, unless they moved the shoe or moved it away and let it sit there for quite a period of time and it gathered up this moisture before they took a photo, then this doesn't make any sense, right? And then that still doesn't align with their story that that's the reason why the headphone jack thing was triggered, does it? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Are any of these leaves wet? Good question. Let's go back. Yeah, I would say probably this one might be. Yeah. Look, it's really hard to tell, but I think that there's no way of saying like definitively they're not wet. But yeah, that is a good question, Judge Jessica. Angel Ray, what did you say? It seems unlikely, but maybe the mouth of the shoe was over but and even pressed down there was a gap. Are there any really shiny ones? That one, maybe, but that could just be the flash hitting it. I don't see any. The one thing I don't see is any droplets on them like that. I don't see, but that remember that's a shiny surface, so I don't see that. Um, what did JJ send me? Okay, I'm behind you. I just gotta say that BS to the top left of the phone looks fake. No way to do water dewdrops look like that in a photo, all natural. But I'll wait to see what Hella finds. Okay. If you're behind a little bit, then you might be looking at this one. Uh, guys, guys, I want to ask you all, like, be really, really honest with me. Be really super duper honest with me. Do you guys think that these droplets are fake? Put a one in chat if you think the droplets are fake. Put a two in chat if you think the droplets are real. I assume you saw the Facebook post. I am not on Facebook, Sleuthy. Thank you, Sleuthy. Okay. And DB's just sent me something, so I will have a look at that. There is something else I do want to bring to your attention, guys, today during this stream as well. So stay tuned. Okay. It's glitter. Okay, Chilo says the problem for me is not necessarily the condensation on the phone. It's it's the context in which the photo was taken, the time, the position, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. Pirate drama? No, nothing to do with pirate drama. Aha, mateys. All right, so Deeps has sent me this iPhone shell. So she apparently had a rose gold iPhone 6. Ah, my daughter had one of those up until just recently. um, all right. And so the question I expect, Deeps, would be, is that an iPhone, a rose gold iPhone 6? Because this shell here, assuming that is the shell, is not rose gold looking. So do we have a color discrepancy, or is it the light reflecting it or something like that? Don't know. All right. What if we take this piece? Is that the one? Hmm. So we're talking about this line of pixels here, right? More than anything, this line that appears bluey rather than appearing like pink. I think it's just light coming off the beveled area. Yeah, I think it is. Hey, look, the only way to test it would be to get a rose gold iPhone 6, which I have actually. I've got one. And to put a similar kind of case around it and photograph it from above and see whether or not you can see the rose gold coming through. Looking at it, I have a feeling that you might not, because see that beveled edge there, right? I think that's what you see. You're seeing this. You're seeing this line of pixels, and that's reflecting the outdoors. You're not seeing this stuff at all. I think you're just seeing that. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I think the purple cover is covering, if you can imagine. I'll just get a box out and I'll turn it purple. I think the purple covering is covering everything up to there. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. So if you can imagine that flipped around. Like so. And imagine light hitting from this direction. I think you're seeing light hitting this part here. So therefore change tools. Wrong layer, idiot. Shadows and exposure quite high, please. You can imagine that would be quite bright through there. And then if you can imagine that this reflection was through here. Does that make sense? Yeah. All right. So, you're right. Well, Deep, see, like, just ask Dali. I'm generally right. Okay, so now there's someone else has messaged me. Where is it? Is it Ange? Oh, Slithy. Also below is a rose gold iPhone. Yes. Thank you, Slithy. Yeah, okay, so thanks, Slithy, because I'm just going to copy that. Copy image. No, go away, you. No, not fake news. No. Not fake news. Yeah. So you can see that the rose gold only gets to there. And I think this purple thing goes around a fair bit further. So I'd like that to be a theory, but maybe not. Okay, so anyway, more. What does Skinny say? Oh, the 6S doesn't have any white on it. No, you're right. It was a 6S, wasn't it? Okay. Yeah, according to Nick, no headphones were found on the scene, so it's all just a nothing burger. Yeah, because no headphones were found. So therefore, couldn't have been, right? Because they didn't find any headphones. Yeah. But they found a bullet, but there was no, there was no shooting, but that didn't matter. Yeah. What's the Facebook post? Oh. Sorry, I missed a lot of things that Sleuthie sent me. Just a minute, guys. We'll look at it together. They've changed the key commands in Photoshop so you don't have to press shift anymore to scale things down, and it always screws me up. All right, so this took me like 10 minutes. It's not great, but just an example. The image on the left is an iPhone 6 that I found on Google. The image on the right is the same phone that I added a few dewdrops overlay and some leaves. The dew pattern looks familiar, question mark. If the photos the state released don't match what we're given to the defense, which should have been before all this water damage BS, we know why. The third photo is a side-by-side of Libby's and the one I mocked up with dew on it. Okay. Okay. He did a camper. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So let me get this up, please. What's he trying to say? I'm confused. The the image on the right is the same phone that I added a dewdrop overlay and some leaves. The dew pattern looks familiar. If the photos the state released don't match what we're given to the defense, which should have been before all this water damage BS, we know why. But is anyone alleging that the photos that were given to the defense were different? They're trying to say someone put that dew overlay on the crime scene photo. No, no, they didn't. No. Yeah, I would think they would be sleazy. I mean, this would be pretty dumb. It would be pretty goddamn dumb for them to put different photos out as exhibits now than were in Discovery. I mean, they're not the brightest, but really. Okay. They didn't show these photos at trial. I would think they probably would have. It's just that we haven't got to see them yet. I don't know, Kat, though. I don't know. They didn't, Kat? Okay. Um, you heard they they were shown at trial. Look, maybe we can ask one of the curators that were there, or one of the people who managed to get a seat. Um, they heard their story of trying to of hiding the phone. Yeah. Pick 3 genes looks edited. Look, okay, all I can say is from looking at these 3 photos, these, that does not look to me like this dew or whatever it is has been added to me. But I can tell you what does look edited to me. And that's some images that have been floating around the internet today. These. So someone, and I've got no idea who it is, has been sending these around, and just watch out for them, guys, because someone's sending these around with the dew removed. Yeah. Hey T. Yeah. And I mean, like, you don't have to be an expert to look at that and go, come on now. Come on now. With the dew removed, the condensation. Please. Please. It's just been blurred out. Look at that. I see faces, right? Not only is this a really, really low resolution screenshot, but someone has just gone and gotten like um this clone and stamp tool here. I'll turn this off. Yep. Gotten this tool here or some kind of iPhone equivalent and gone, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go and get a little bit of this black area over here. I'm just gonna grab it. I'm just gonna put a little bit more over there. See, watch this. All right, see these pixels over here? I don't like them. I'm just gonna grab a little bit over there. I'm just gonna go boop 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 boop. See that? See how they soften out? Didn't like that little bit over there. Doop, bop, 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 doop, bop, bop. Now that helps nobody, right? So spreading shit like that around the place helps no one. Clone stamp tool, yeah. Hey, classic overthinker. No, no, I didn't see it on any of the other pics. Um, yeah. So whoever's done that, I just did a better job of removing the oops. See if I see this little leaf here, if I wanted to repeat that leaf, I could grab it and I could go and put it down here as well if I wanted, right? What if there's actual leaked photos floating around of these photos and they don't have dew like on the originals? Sorry, let me think that through. If there's actual leaked photos and they don't have dew like on the originals, then I want to see them, right? Like because if there's real photos that don't have dew, then I'll be able to tell, right? Because they won't have this garbage editing artifact on them, right? Yeah, see, that's the problem. We're building a tinfoil fort because when there's people getting around who are doing these stupid edits, right, and they're making us all look dumb. They're making us look like conspiracy theorists because look at this. This okay on this side, on this one, there's still artifacts of the Jew that's left, right? They didn't even get rid of it all. It's still there. It's still there. At least get rid of it all. Look at it. It's still there. Duh. If you're going to edit a photo, at least try and do a good job of it. God's sake. Crying out loud. Right? Ah. It's Jewgate. Damn it. Right? They took a hairdryer to it. Look, if you took a hairdryer to it and then you took a photo of it, I wouldn't be able to tell because all the pixels would look the same. But right there, look at them. Look at them. Look at how they're all smooth there. And then all of a sudden they go chunk, 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 chunk. It's so obvious. It is so obvious, right? So whoever has done this is trying to fool you all into going, oh, look, there's some photos with no Jew on the on the screens. So the prosecutors, someone's managed to get photos that the prosecutors have hid from us. So let's share that around, and then we all look like idiots, right? So just be careful because these are getting about. It pisses me off. Pisses me off because there's been enough shit in this case already without people making drama out of nothing. Right? There's enough going on. Yeah. There's enough going on already for us to focus on. There's enough in the motion to correct. There's enough appellate issues to focus on in terms of Richard Allen's innocence than to start tampering with exhibits and spreading them around. Well, Ariel, like the state is trying to say that Jew has something, well, that water has something to do with it. What the fuck does Jew have anything to do with it? The headphones were plugged in like 16 hours before the photo was taken at a minimum. Yeah, look, it's the state's alleging it, right? So it makes no difference anyway, really. It comes down to it. Yeah. Yeah. Doing. All right. So Susie says, I mean, I personally think the Jew is irrelevant, and also whoever fuck with it probably is someone on state side in order to make it look like the other side did it. It's possible. It's possible. And look, guys, if you see someone posting it, be kind, right? Be really kind because they probably just didn't know, right? They probably just didn't know. Most people don't know to look at these things and the signs of it, right? But I'm just making you aware that they're there, that it's there. This is the only one I've seen so far. There could be more. I don't know. But just don't believe everything you see at first sight. Okay. Yeah. There's there's yeah, and there is actually, you can see that they've taken a screenshot of the Carroll County part of the thing on the top of the PDF that came from the evidence marker, but not the actual evidence markers being cropped out, which is in the bottom left, I think. Oh no, hang on, there it is. There's the evidence marker there. Yeah, just because the evidence marker's on there doesn't mean that it's for real either. People take screenshots, people do things. So yeah, you still got to watch out. You still got to watch out. So if it doesn't look like what you've seen in other places, if it doesn't look like what's come from, I got mine from All Eyes on Delphi, from the Google Drive provided by All Eyes. So I'm satisfied that what I've downloaded is bona fide. So I've gone and rasterized, or rasterized means make into pixels the PDFs that have been supplied. So I'm satisfied I have originals as close as possible to the originals. But I know for a fact that these ones here are screenshots because look at them. Look at them in comparison to the ones we were working with before. Look at these. Beautiful. Sharp. Okay. So it's just something to keep in mind, everybody. Doubt everything. Doubt everything. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions or anything that you'd like me to try out before we finish up? You should put something silly on the screen and respond with quit it. Look, I would, but no. Someone else can do that. How long were those moldy leaves sitting on that phone? I have to ask a mold expert. I have to ask a mold expert that stuff. Ah, dear. Is the that's a good question. Yes, Michael yesterday said, "Is the case broken?" No, not if he's referring to this part here, and I'll show you why. That's it. Thank you for bringing that up. Um, this might not be the best photo to do it with. Okay, so I think Michael was referring to this piece here. I think he thought it was broken, but it's actually, see this leaf, it goes all the way up there, and you can see it. Aha, see the highlights go all the way through there. So yeah, nah, you can tell that this isn't actually, it's an object with depth. Yeah, we should ask Andrea if she got to see these in court. Well, it was under Abby, wasn't it? And Abby was very clean. Rockaways. No blood on the phone. That's not what I would expect. I would expect there would have been a lot more blood at the crime scene generally. No, it's just a PDF. Skinny. Just trying to find Barb's comment on whether she saw this at court. Good point, yeah. Well, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Well, I mean, leaves are, depending on the kind of leaves, I suppose, but leaves are more sort of porous, absorbent, whereas you've got this slick surface. So I can't say definitively whether or not these leaves are wet or dry. Looking at them, I would say probably these ones here look to be a little moist. But I don't know. Like even like looking at this one, see how it changes color? Now that could just be the flash or the light, but it could also be that this part here is wet and this part here not so much. Also, notice you've got curling as well going on. Now that just could be because of the drying out of the leaves over time, or it could be because of moisture. So look, I don't know, but I can't say definitively that there's no moisture going on here. It does look a bit wet through here. See that? See that? I would say that does look a bit wet through there. But still, I don't. Okay, I'll come back to my first point, and that is that I don't get how it could have been underneath a shoe or a body and then not had any sort of like imprint in it, and those dots of moisture just be so perfectly formed like that. Like that to me is weird. I live close to there. I'm okay with the leaves. Yeah. Yeah. Leaves on trees tend to have kind of a waxy surface. When first dropped in the fall, they keep the waxy surface for a time, but after being out all winter, the leaves are well broken down. Interesting. Screen isn't broken, no damage, no. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Just one moment, guys. I'm going to send you over to my friend, Potentially Criminal. He's finishing off day 8 of ASAP Rocky, felony assault trial. Who else is streaming today? So T was in chat earlier. Actually, T's already streamed today. I don't know if you're doing it again, but you guys were watching a trial earlier. Is Ange still around? Who wants to have a plug? Who wants to say they're streaming? Let me know. KO says, yes, there are more photos. They just aren't sharing it. Of course, there's more photos. There'll be hundreds of photos. Where are they? State? Where are they, Judge? Come on. I want to know. Laura's here, my favorite Tasmanian. Yes, you've been liking. You're wonderful. Barb said, no, saw them at trial for the first time. Isn't that interesting? So they were at trial. Yes, please hit the like, everybody. Much appreciated. And if you feel like filling up my coffee, buymeacoffee.com/excited. Much appreciated. Them dewdrops almost look like some faux leather type material I've seen before. Yeah. I think it's easy to overthink these things, guys. But I do think it's really important to just be aware that these ones here exist out there on the web right now. And I don't know why they exist, but they do. And they are doctored, right? Oh, sorry, I'll take away my, oops. I'm going to take away my extra leaf. See, my extra leaf that was there. Bye-bye, leaf. Yeah. These ones are doctored, right? So if you see any getting around like that, especially if they look high quality, send them to me, right? But if you just see these sort of crappy low resolution, you zoom in on them and they look really blurry, ones like this, just be aware that yeah, they're probably not real. They're probably not real. So don't even give them a second thought. They're nothings. They're nothings. You're ready to type angrily about something. Type like you're hella mad, Ariel. Type like you're hella mad. Everyone pray for Richard Allen. And Zachariah Anderson, he is in prison until, well, for the rest of his life, essentially, till his 90s. And his children are growing up without him. He is innocent too. So thank you, everybody, for being here. And when you get over to Sean's chat, please say hello, Ray. That would be really nice of you. Thanks for hosting the convo and for the demonstrations. Very welcome. Very welcome. I get to use the things I know to help out a little bit, which is always gratifying. And I'll see you soon. Keep your notifications on, the heavy bell. Make sure you're subscribed and you have the heavy bell on, and keep an eye out for your on the community tab as well, because I tend to put notes up there. Follow me on X to EXTD_utterance. Love yous all, and it's time for the song. Time for the song.
Her name was Helen. She was an Aussie. She was a fake lawyer from the future. She got on YouTube and made some live streams. The co-host is Dolly and she dances sometimes. The words are always so loud and because she's an 803. To the attention, excited utterance. Her cat is staring from where he goes, listen.